leave it just for right now. What I would like to do is, in the last month, where most of the country will recognize mental health awareness, we did not do anything uniquely special for the month. However, there was a gentleman that I wanted to bring forward, and he's available this Sunday. So I said, well, come through when you're ready. I had the pleasure of meeting him some time ago, just a few months ago, Dr. Robert Nesbitt, who reached out to me, and I'll let him tell you why he reached out to me. But I thought it would be great for him to come and just share just a little bit, especially about not only how his connection to this church and to this congregation brought us together, but also the importance of us making sure that we are doing all that we can on a mental health front. That there are things that we can pray for, and we know that the Lord will make a way somehow. And at the same time, many times the way that the Lord has made is sitting right in front of us for us to go take advantage of, such as getting various treatments that we know physically, obviously, hardline, you go get your blood work done and get your medicine and all that stuff, but also to make sure that we are taking advantage of our therapeutic opportunities as well. So at this time, I'm going to bring you up on this side, but I'm going to move the podium over there. So I'm going to ask that Dr. Nesbitt come forward.
Thank you, Pastor Huff. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm really happy to be here today. It's like a full circle moment. As Pastor Huff mentioned, I graduated from Simmons University with my doctorate in social work, and my dissertation was focused on stigma and the black community, specifically in the church community. I grew up in the church, Catholic. My family is Methodist and also Baptist. My great-great-grandfather was actually a deacon here at First Baptist Church. A long time ago, he passed away in 1924. Yeah, and he was also a Civil War veteran in the 29th Regiment. So his name is William Trowers. And the Trowers is on my mother's side, and our family is from New Haven and in Milford as well. So I'm here today to talk about mental health stigma briefly, and my journey, what led me into the position that I'm in. I do have a private practice in New Haven, Connecticut, and I'm also an employee for New York Fouling, which is a nonprofit agency for people with disabilities. So I can remember as far as being 10 years old, and I was introduced to trauma for the first time. As a 10-year-old, I didn't know what that was. My two daughters are here, Gabriella and Isabella, and I educate them about what trauma is. And I want to protect them, but also, keep it real with them that trauma does exist, especially for our population. It was 2 a.m. one morning, and I woke up to hear my mother screaming. My parents were married for 17 years and recently divorced, and what I learned at a young age was codependency. My mother had a codependency and had a boyfriend very quickly after she got divorced, and he was physically and mentally abusive. So I woke up to see my mother pinned down on the bed screaming because this man was twisting her wrist. And for 4 years I went through that. I went through trauma, and as a young man, as a young child, an adolescent into adulthood, I was angry, I was upset. And I decided to go into psychology because I wanted to do something about it. And in my family, we didn't talk about mental health because it was something that was stigmatized. So if you went to a counselor, you were looked at as being crazy or something's wrong with you. And that's definitely not the case. It's a therapeutic experience where counselors like myself create safe spaces to talk about trauma, to work through those feelings, and to come with a solution. So if anybody out here has ever been hesitant about mental health counseling, the church is a wonderful place, but there's also something that can complement that, and that is mental health counseling. Now, there are many social economic barriers that I faced, especially growing up in the 80s and the 90s, such as insurance and, a lack of black and brown therapists like myself. But as, the years go on, there's more people that look like me that provide, mental health counseling to our population because it's greatly needed. So I want to thank everybody for listening today, and know that, it's about safety and wellness for your mental health. Continue to take care of your physical health. Speaking of such, my wife could not make it here today, Erica Nesbitt. She has a very serious surgery on Tuesday, so please keep her in your prayers. And again, the impact on mental health, physical health is all connected. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful Sunday.